Japanese women are very feminine, they're very demure, they're very modest.
It's odd that they're displaying white women from the 1950s. But this highlights the hyperfeminization of East Asian women in comparison to Western women. A false dichotomy presented by the passport bros is of masculinized Western women and non-Western feminine women. But the inclusion of 1950s housewife iconography is not accidental. It promotes the notion that a perpetual 1950s exists outside of the West. The attainment of submissive women is just a plane ride away. But specifically white men often target East Asian women to fulfill their fetish of a submissive woman. East Asian fetishization is at the crossroads of racism and misogyny. One is that whiteness wields a conquesting instinct, and submissiveness in women is ideal.
I'll keep quiet on this one for now.
If I speak, they're gonna call me the bad guy. They're gonna label me the villain.
So if you're totally on board with the passport bro method, thinking that that's somehow foolproof to finding a woman who's not gonna take advantage of you, think again. Because I know a handful of men who did find their woman in other countries, I won't say which ones, but they found their wife overseas. And then once they brought them...
How should we rely on your information when you can't even mention a country where they found those women that they married? Maybe it's Europe. That's the reason why you won't mention.
Here and made them comfortable and married them. It was just a matter of time before those women figured out the system, divorced them, and took their resources. So there's really no foolproof method to...
Yeah, but again, you have to be proactive. You have to assess your risks. If I know that getting a woman locally will increase the chances of me getting a divorce at some point, because that woman will find an incentive to divorce me, because there are incentives that come with that. I mean, why should I do it?
9 times out of 10, you are not getting these men in their prime. And the reason why this garbage started in the first place is because these passport bros went around and said, oh, look at this other group of women, they're so much better than you. And that will naturally put anyone on the defense. 15 years ago...
I disagree with you. Most of the guys that are getting their passports, they've reached their prime because in the past they've been told they ain't shit, and they've been called broke and all sorts of names, and now they are in a position where they have a choice. So I think they've reached their prime.
My grandma was about 75. She was talking about how some guy at the senior center proposed to her. But he didn't have enough money, so she turned him down. If my grandmother can get a man, then why do you feel so high and mighty that you can get one too? If these men treat women from their own tribe like garbage, what makes you think that you will fare any better? They're pitting women against each other, and if you were as smart as you claim to be, you would see it and not fuel it.
Here you have these passport bros flying across the world to a new country with different perspective, different traditions, different values, looking for these so-said feminine women because back in their own country, apparently the women are too westernized, thinking that they're going to fly over and get the woman who does everything for them, is the caretaker, and also jump into a 50-50
Oh, these guys are not looking forward for a 50-50 relationship. All they are looking for is a submissive woman who hasn't been run by so many dudes. Somebody that they'll be able to stay for a long time with. If that's not for what's it, until death does them apart. And somebody will have kids with, somebody that will give them respect, and somebody that will appreciate for whatever they are doing for their family. So it's not like they're going that side to split bills. No.
relationship. And I think my Middle Eastern and Eastern European girlies know where I'm going with this, because we all know what's up. We all collectively understand that in these countries such as Eastern Europe, Middle East, even in Asia, that the men are brought up with the values of being a financial provider for the family, and the women essentially being the caretakers. We are not feminine because we come from a specific country. We are feminine because we are taught in these countries, and it is instilled in us these values and these traditions and the relationship dynamics. We know that the boys are taught to be the financial providers, and we know that the girls are taught to be the caretakers. And especially in countries like the Middle East, where also religion rules. We follow the rules of the relationship dynamics and exchange. The man provides value for the woman's life, so therefore the woman provides value for the man's life. So for these guys to fly over and think that they're gonna offer the women a 50-50 relationship and expect them to be all like feminine, cook, clean, take care of the children, bear the children, and also be financially independent and bring in money for the family is literally insane. I'm not saying that it is wrong to have your own money, but there is a difference between making money for yourself and for your own personal gain as a woman, and making family to provide for the family. Because in our beliefs, we understand that the man's duty is to be a provider and protector for the family, which means that his main responsibility and his main priority is to bring finances to the family. Going 50-50 with these women does not make sense. Because as long as women are giving birth, there is never going to be 50-50. That is unless you decide to not have children. Then 50-50 would maybe make sense. But if you're looking to build a family with these types of women, it's not going to be a 50-50.
So lately I've been complaining a lot to my mom about like the trials and tribulations of dating as a girl in your 20s these days. And her solution for me was to just date older men. She said, just find a man in like late 30s, early 40s, and you'll see how much better it is.
Oh, you go to these foreign countries, they're not going to understand a lick of English, and they're not educated. Well, really, to be honest with you, if you go to the Philippines, a lot of Filipinos speaks English. So that's actually their second language. You know, no, that's not true. And then the second part, when she said that, well, you know, they're not educated. So basically it sounds like, hey, a lot of them are dumb, right? When actually that's not true, too. A lot of them are educated. Now, because they pick American man to be with doesn't mean that they're going to be just dumb because they want to get a green card. Well, no. I just want to open a lot of individuals' mind to know that, yes, some of these passport bros might be going out there, you know, so that they can get their little, you know, stuff wet. But actuality, a lot of them are actually looking for love, and I don't blame them for looking for love in all the other places. You know what I'm saying? So if they're like, hey, you know what? I can't see myself dating in America because their mindset is completely different. I want to be with a woman that's submissive, and that's okay. My mama was a submissive woman, and my father even expressed to me growing up that, hey, I ended up dating outside my race because of all these different reasons. You know what I'm saying? So becoming a grown woman, I can say that about American men. The way I was raised is completely different from a lot of American women because I have a Filipino mom that basically taught her daughters to be submissive.
Oh, yeah, your dad is a passport bro. Oh, man.